Hello everybody, I hope you're well. Thank you for joining me in the den this evening for a French themed shave. I have a sample of a soap with its matching aftershave from Thomas Vey at Darwin, and I'll give you more information on the Darwin company later. The soap is made in collaboration, and the aftershave as well, both made in collaboration with Le Père Lucien, so really nice quality. I've also got my Gibbs adjustable razor, as you can see, that I'll be using tonight, and I've got a new case for my Gibbs, as you can see. It looks quite modern, I think, when it's closed, but actually this dates from about 1937, and I've seen an old advertisement for this set from 1937. Let me just show you what else is in there. I have a little case for used razor blades. There's a little bit of writing on it which isn't showing up very well in the light, but you just pop your razor blade in there and the back does pop off. And also I've got a little pack of razor blades, the original razor blades. Now I don't know if you can see, but it says mince on there, Gibbs mince, and mince is French for thins or thin. So they are similar to the Gillette thin razor blades that used to be around a long time ago. Now this is an entirely sealed packet. You can see that there is paper right across the back, unopened, and it will remain that way. But these little cases sometimes get a little bit of damage just in there for some reason. It's just something that I've noticed, and I've also seen an advertisement for this little packet, this little case of Gibbs razor blades. It says 5 lames, 5 blades. So, and please excuse me if I have butchered the French language by saying that, but seen a little case of these advertised on an original advertisement from 1934. So that's the sort of date that we're looking at for this set and this adjustable razor. Now I'm going to start off on setting 2 and just see how we go. And tonight I've got beloved Voskhod or sunrise blade in there, and I've just clipped the end off with a little hole punch just to fit it in there. Now sticking with the red and black theme, I'm afraid I don't have a French brush, so we're going to go with the ever ready 150. And I've got a little bit of soap. It's just been blooming in my bowl, and I'm going to use the bloom water. I actually made a video last night, and I was so impressed with this soap and aftershave that I wanted to come back and say a little bit more about it. So got another shave tonight, and I'll put this video out instead of the one I recorded earlier. Now I'm going to leave my brush a little bit wet. It is a soft soap, and I made the mistake last night of not blooming the soap for a couple of minutes before I put my brush on it, and I didn't do so well with the lather. It was a little bit thin by the time we got to the second pass. No big deal, I just went back to the bowl and sorted that out, but I'm hoping that by blooming it, it will be a little bit better this evening. It's a beautiful scent. It's a really, really good quality soap, and it is a beautiful scent. It's a combination of Hesperidium fragrances. Now, I did have to look that up. Perhaps you won't need to, but I did. Anyway, it contains sweet orange, a little bit of zest, lemon zest, there's a little bit of acidity in there, and also a little bit of lemongrass. And then sitting behind that, they're the top notes, and sitting behind that is a heart note of ginger. And then when that settles down, it leaves a much more sort of earthy type of note, which is patchouli. It really is a lovely scent. Now, let me tell you, while I'm doing this, let me tell you about my case for my Gibbs razor. I go on Etsy sometimes, and there is a site on there called OSSbrocante, and again, please excuse me if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, but the gentleman on there is Thomas Bay, and his English is excellent, and in fact the Etsy site, all the products are listed in English. It is a shaving site. Thomas seems to specialise in vintage shaving gear, and I wrote to ask if he could get a hold of the Bakelite type case for the Gibbs number 17, as they were, really rare. And he got back to me very quickly and said, no, I haven't got one, they're rare here in France. But give me a week and I'll look into it. Well, a week went by and he came back to me, and he'd got one undamaged, completely undamaged, which is rare. Normally they break on the hinge area. It was just very dirty, so 20 euros it cost me, and I'm very, very pleased with it. It was dirty as well, but it makes up my set. Now, as I say, I'm going to start on setting number 2. We might change that as we go along. In fact, we are going to change that straight away. We're going to pop that just onto setting number 3. Or on this one, it is the letter N. That is much better. Now, in chatting to Thomas about the case for my razor, I realised that indeed it was the same fellow from Darwin razors, and you can see the web address there, rasoirsdarwin.com. It's really well worth looking at that site, and I realised it was Thomas because he'd sent a sample to Paul H quite recently, and Paul had used it on his shaving videos. I asked for a little sample. I did expect to pay, but he included it free, which was very kind indeed. And what's rather wonderful is that when you look on the Darwin website, The soaps that he sells are all poured into vintage containers, little pots and cream dishes that he sources second-hand from antique fairs and antique shops around France where he lives. And the pots are obviously all sterilised and clean, and he pours his soap in and sells it like that, and it's a really unique way of selling. And similarly with the aftershave, this is ripping through the hair. Similarly, the aftershave comes in vintage bottles. Now you would have to be careful what type of bottle you put it in, but yeah, they come in little different bottles and little, what would you call them? I've got pictures in my mind, but that's not the right word. Little sort of decorative little jugs, or with a cork in the top, and everything sourced in France. Even the labels are made from recycled paper and eco-friendly ink. So a really good business idea. The soap itself is lovely. It's it's not the slickest soap I've used, but it certainly is adequate. But in terms of the scent, it's got those lovely sort of citrusy top notes. And they die off, and at the moment I've got a sort of mixture of lemon and ginger, and the top notes die off, or fade away rather, and they leave quite a strong ginger scent. And that lasts for an hour before it calms down, and it just becomes a really nice mellow scent. And as I say, then you're left with the patchouli later on. It's not it's beautiful. It's not a strongly scented soap, but the ginger scent does develop. Anyway, it's a very, very nice, and as it's made in collaboration with Le Père Lucien, it's made me think that maybe I'd like to try one of the soaps from Le Père Lucien. I've never tried one. I know they're not expensive, but Thomas's soap and aftershave are made with entirely natural products, and I will put the ingredients in the description of this video so you might be able to see. I did think I would try and get a plus soft brush. Sorry, not a plus soft brush, a Plisson brush for this video, but they are really quite expensive, so I just decided to stick with my ever ready. Now I'm going to just knock this down again to 2, just to go against the grain on my neck. This is a lovely razor, it really is. Now, do you know what? 2 is too mild. Back up to 3. Do you know what I like about this razor? I've got Billy's Edwin Jagger DE89 here, and you can see that they are a very similar height, about 3-inch handle. The difference between the two is that the Gibbs has got a much heavier head, and it really makes a difference to the feel of the razor. And I like the heavier head, I must admit. This fantastic razor. I find with this that it is on all settings more aggressive than the Gillette adjustables. And don't forget, if this was around 1937 as it is, you know, it was produced some 20 years before Gillette bought out their adjustable razor in the form of the toggle, and then the first 195 Gillette adjustable, or the Fat Boy. Getting a lovely gingeriness now to this scent. It's nice. It's not something I've experienced before, really having ginger in soap, but it surprised me. It's a really nice warm scent. Yeah, it's very nice indeed. I'm trying to be a little bit smart. I'm trying to build up, and I know many of you do, but I'm trying to build up. For example, I've got my Lucky Tiger, which is a lovely aftershave and face tonic, and it's got lemon and orange in it. You know, it's really, really nice. Trying to build up a few soaps that I can use with that aftershave, and then I've got, you know, a couple of 2 or 3 options to shave with, and a nice aftershave that will suit all of those soaps. So you know, it would suit a lime soap, it would suit this soap, it would suit my Miami barbershop soap, because that's made with tangerines, I think. Anyway, it's orangey. So I'm trying to do that a little bit. Yeah, seems like the way to go to me. Now, that's my shave, and it was a very, very good one. I'm just going to rinse my face now with a drop of water, and in answer to Charles's question in the week, no, I'm not rinsing my face with the dirty water from the sink. I'm just running a little bit of clean water from the tap onto my hands to wash my face with. I've always got a clean flannel at the ready, and I usually have a glass of clean water just in case I need it for anything. Honestly, Charles. Now that was lovely. Now my skin feels really nice, and ready for this aftershave. Now you can see, perhaps on video, I've got it up here. It comes in a little file, and I always struggle getting the lid off these things, so bear with me. There we go, I've got it. It doesn't taste so good, but it smells fabulous. So the instructions are to pour a few drops, and of course nothing's coming out, into the palm of your hand. Now this has got a little bit of denatured alcohol in it. Rub it together and put it on, and it absorbs into the skin very, very quickly. It's not the alcohol in this is not super strong, it's just enough to take care of any germs, kill any germs that might be there, but it's not slick. It's made with some almond oil, I believe. As I say, I can't quite remember, but I will put the ingredients down. But it soaks it into the skin super fast, you know, and you've not got that sort of slickness on your face that something like the Nivea has, because they put something in it to make it slippy and slidey. This is just, it's on, it's gone. But the scent, oh wow, I'm loving it. And what I found really nice was that post-shave in about 30 minutes and then going on for the rest of the night, my skin felt amazing. The sort of thing where I kept touching my face. It feels amazing. And even when I woke up this morning, really, really nice post-shave feel that continues for a long time. So I've really been quite impressed by this. So let me just show you again. Thomas is going to make his products easier to ship, so there will be some different containers coming from him in the future, and he's also working on remaking the Darwin razor that you can see on that diagram. Now, I saw one of those recently sell for almost £1,000 on a well-known auction site. So, and there is a picture of an original Darwin razor in every one of Thomas's photographs. It's really quite nice to see. So all in all, thank you Thomas, my wonderful case. I'm chuffed a bit with it, a great soap, and I hope that you enjoyed my French themed shave. For me, that's all. I hope you have a really, really great week. We've had a little bit of sunshine here, so long may it continue, and I hope you get some sunshine wherever you are. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you very soon for another shaving video. You take care of yourselves. The very best here. Bye bye.